Hello, I'm back with a new video. Today I'm going to review Nox Draconis Argenti by the Belgian black metal band Axamenta. For those of you who are not familiar with Axamenta, Axamenta was a Belgian black metal band started in 1993, but unfortunately though the band has been disbanded in 2009. And this album was released in 1999. Although it is not exactly an album, it's an EP, but I think that because of the significant length of this album, which is 30 minutes, it deserves to be an album review. With that being said, let's talk about the music. The first thing which I wanted to talk about is that Axamenta really is different from the other black metal bands. It's not like Dimmu Borgir, it's not like Bishop of Hexen, it's not like Burzum, it's not like Darkthrone, it's not like Gorgoroth. Basically what Axamenta delivers is a much more subtle, fairy tale-like kind of black metal. It is a symphonic black metal band, but the orchestra on this album is not as bombastic as Dimmu Borgir. The screams on this album aren't as intense as Draconis' screams. And that is what I really like about this album. It really is something different. This album is well produced. It's not as badly produced as Darkthrone, but it's not as excellently produced as Dimmu Borgir. Although one of the things that I don't like about this production is that the orchestral parts suffer from it. Yeah. The orchestral parts on this album sound way too keyboard-like. You can definitely hear that the orchestra on this album is just keyboard only. Yeah. And well, the music on this album is much more light than the other black metal bands, which is also something which I really like, because it really adds something to the atmosphere. Unfortunately though, I don't know that many things about guitars and drums and stuff like that, so I can't really go into that. But I really like the way how this album sounds. It just sounds awesome. The vocalist on this album really does an amazing job. The vocals on this album are extremely diverse. From high-pitched screams to lower kind of growls. The vocalist really reminds me of Danny Filth when he was still in the prime of his days. The band also uses a female vocalist. I really like those parts. Perhaps I like those parts even more than the parts with the male vocalist. And that is mainly because those parts are much more subtle. The entirety of this album is subtle, but the parts with the female vocalist are just way more subtler. Like, I don't know. The music slows down and there is just this awesome atmosphere. The lyrics on this album also contribute to this atmosphere, because the lyrics on this album are very fairy tale-like. It reminded me of Duskiner Embrace. For those of you who have heard Duskiner Embrace, on Duskiner Embrace a lot of songs are about the magical, sort of horror-like appearance of a woman. And that is really what the lyrics on this album reminded me of. But there are also songs about dragons and, you know, much more fairy tale-like stuff. I do recommend this album. If you come across this album and you like black metal and you like atmospheric black metal, this is definitely an album that certainly belongs in your collection. So I hope you liked the review, and well, for my next review I'm going to review Sons of Northern Darkness by Immortal. It's not snowing outside, but I just wanted to review that album, and I also got a request from a friend of mine. So, I hope you liked the video, and bye.